am I surprised? No, not at all. This is just more of the same. What I couldn't get about that clip was how much he was coming across as a stand-up comedian, like literally just walking up and down the stage. I was like, this guy does stand-up. All of a sudden, so much makes sense. All that time, he was taking the mick. But what makes this even worse is he is the chair of the SBI. In the state of Minnesota. As the governor, you chair the SBI, and he didn't know? This guy didn't even know that they had shares, much less that many, in Tesla. But what we're seeing happen here is extremely insidious because despite being the richest man in the world, 60% of Elon Musk's wealth is tied up in Tesla. So he's seen that take a nosedive in recent times. I mean, his estimated net worth has plunged from $486 billion, oh, how sad, to $330 billion. Oh, I mean, what a catastrophe. Still the richest man in the world.
Thank God for the McDonald's loose change menu.
Indeed. But they know if they can keep this up for long enough, it was already struggling prior to Tesla coming under attack in a very real way by these domestic terrorists. If they can keep this up for long enough, they genuinely are targeting the apple of Elon's eye and indeed his wealth.
Yeah, look, I've said for, a year or two now that Tesla will actually suffer because the whole point of buying an EV, especially a Tesla, is that you are essentially virtue signalling to the rest of the automotive community that you're a right-on guy, that this is what you believe in, that these are your values, and that's all well and good. People buy cars that, that say something about them. And suddenly when Elon sort of goes, like a sort of pantomime villain with a sort of curly moustache goes, aha, I'm a Republican now I'm a Trump supporter, everyone's just, oh, and like Volts makes a point that, there will be people who are desperately trying to, use dental floss to pull the Tesla badges off their cars. And I think it is, I picked it ages ago. I knew it was going to happen. It is happening. I'm not surprised it was happening. But this is the thing that actually gets my goat. When you lose, like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz just lost, you don't get to make the jokes. You don't get to flex. You don't get to say, oh, yeah, we lost control of the biggest country in the entire universe. We lost control of leadership of the free world. Your Tesla stocks are going down. Sucks to be you. Like, that is just the most demented kind of form of... And I've seen politicians here, trying to do hot takes on Twitter in the same way. It's like, shut up and try to win the next election, because otherwise it's like that great line off The Simpsons, and The Simpsons has a great line for everything, obviously, where Springfield is teasing Shelbyville. He goes, Shelbyville sucks. That's why we beat them at baseball almost half the time. And it's like, you lost.
The thing that strikes me about the Democrats is the absolute lack of humility. Having lost the election, and they lost it badly, you'd think you'd sit back and think, OK, where did we go wrong? Where did we miss it? What can we learn? But they've done none of that. They've just doubled down.
It's a lack of understanding, more
and
so.
For Tim Walz to criticise yesterday, it was the same day that Elon Musk rescued 2 astronauts who'd been left in space for months, forgotten by the Biden administration. So you talk about flexing. I mean, it's inappropriate to flex when you lost, but if you're going to, don't flex against Elon Musk on the very day that he mops up the Biden mess in outer space.
Indeed. My favourite quote from this meeting that Tim was talking about was, and I quote, "I'm not a vindictive person or anything, but I take great pleasure in the fact that this guy's life is about to get very, very difficult." That is the definition of vindictiveness. If you are taking pleasure in somebody else's pain because they have more than one up on you.